Hi, friends. It's so nice to see you. I am Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Today in the Northern Hemisphere is the first day of spring, the vernal equinox, a time when, as Sue says, there is equal day and night. And so I thought it would be so much fun for us to meet here together to do some tarot exercises, some meditation and reflection around this special time and all the things that it can mean in our lives. So, before we get going, I want to say hi to everybody. And I especially want to shout out Ben, Libra Does Tarot. So nice to see you here. You're new here and you are a new member. Thank you very much for becoming a member of this channel. I want to shout out all the members. You can see who the members are because their names are in green and they have little suns next to their names. Members are people who make a monthly commitment to this channel. This happens at one of three different levels. There are different perks at each level. And if you are a subscriber here and if you like this content, I do encourage you to become a member of this channel. And please understand, if your situation changes, if you can't continue your membership, that's all right. You can still subscribe. You can still join us for these events. No problem. I'll still love you. But I do really appreciate all of the members. And I also want to shout out Lisa Harmon for helping us out and starting us out with a super sticker. Super chats and super stickers are another way that you can support this channel. Lisa, thank you very much for that. There are a few people here who are joining us for the very first time. Cinnamon, thank you for being here. Glad you're here. We do different things all the time. Cinnamon was wondering how the group works. Basically, each broadcast sort of has its own thing going on. And for this one, we'll be here for an hour. And I have a number of things for us to discuss, a number of exercises. The goal for today, some of it really, as always, is about growth with tarot. Wherever you are in your tarot journey, maybe to learn a little more or to get a new perspective. But today, being the equinox, we are looking to take the energies that are available to us that are associated with the equinox and bring those into our lives. And so the first question would be, what are those energies? And go ahead and share and tag it Equinox, because I'll be asking you to share different things, and there's a 20-second lag. So what do you think the energy of equinox is, and specifically vernal equinox, spring equinox? Go ahead and chat it in. I'm going to say balance, because day and night are of equal length. I'm going to say renewal because of the renewal of spring. And I'm going to say welcoming light into our lives. As starting at the winter solstice, 1 minute a day, the day got longer and the night got shorter, but the day was still longer. The day was still shorter than the night. The night was longer. Today, the day and night are equal. And then starting tomorrow, the day will become longer than the night. Light will be more than dark. And so what is it to be in that space of light? And these are things we're going to explore with tarot and in our own minds and hearts over the next hour together. As an afterthought, I didn't put it in the original description, but as an afterthought, I was like, bring a candle. So if you happen to have a candle, I realized I had this unburnt sun candle. Can you believe it? Perfect for the day, right? I got it from Maria Luisa Salazar at StarCon 2022. And I guess I've been saving it for a special occasion, and I guess that occasion is today. So we'll be using this candle today. And if you happen to have a candle with you, great. If not, that's okay too. Let's see what people are saying about the equinox and what the energy might be. Oh, and Horace Van Dunn reminds us it is the astrological new year. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. That's very cool. Beginning of Aries season. Okay, so Claire says new and birth. Martha says resurrection. Tina says rebirth. Jake, spiritual reconnection with the soul. Lisa, and Lisa, thank you again for the super sticker and thank you for being a member. Growth and planting seeds. Chara, thank you for being a member. Equinox rebirth. And Claire C., thank you for being a member as well. Lynn Collins, Spring New Blooms. I love that. Sabrina Luna, nice to see you. Equinox blessings to you as well. Jake, coming to a new conclusion of who you are because it's Aries energy. That's right. That's right. Cinnamon, Equinox reminds me that I didn't clean my apartment. So I'm in time for spring cleaning, out with the old, in with the new, fresh start, and potentially clean. I love that. I love that. And Sue, sun is the card I pulled for the day and it's planting time. Yes, perfect. So, next thought question for you, bringing in the tarot. And let me ask you to go ahead and pick up your tarot deck and go through it and choose from the deck a subset of the deck. And here's what the subset is going to be. All of the cards that to you in this moment make you think of balance. Which cards say balance to you? And go ahead and chat in the cards that you think of when you think of balance and actually pull them out of your deck. What cards mean balance? For instance, I'm choosing Two of Pentacles. That says balance to me. I'm also choosing High Priestess. So make a pile of the cards that say balance to you. Clumsy Clairvoyance, thanks for being a member here. Says Equinox is fertility. And Sue, thank you for being a member as well. Sarah, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. I also feel the energy of forgiveness, victory of light over darkness. So that's so beautiful. So many ways that light triumphs over darkness. That's fabulous. Elisa, you're a double Aries. That's great. Oh, Sabrina, yesterday I picked up Lightseer's Tarot. Thank you for the recommendation. You know, I've got mine right over here. I love that deck. That is such a great deck, right? Horace Van Dunn, Temperance and Emperor. Horace Van Dunn, thanks for being a member here. Sue, once again, thanks for being a member. Justice, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead, pick them out and chat them in. I've also got Temperance. And actually go through your deck and make a pile. I'm going to say Strength, too, because of the balance between the woman and the lion. And our piles do not need to be the same. You know, it's whichever cards feel like balance to you today. There's no wrong answers, right? Horse Fan says all the wands. Jake, Justice, Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Temperance, the Lovers. Vicky, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. For the Equinox, New Beginnings, bringing light into my life. So mote it be. All right, going through the deck, looking for cards of balance, cards that bring balance, cards that speak of balance. I'm choosing Justice, Two of Swords. Sabrina is liking it. Yeah, it's to like for sure. The art is a little different than we expect tarot art to be, but I really love it. And for me, it reads really nicely. I work with it a lot. I don't love the way it shuffles. I have to say that I'd work with it more if I liked the way it shuffled better, but oh well, you know, you can't have everything. Sarah, Chariot, Art, which is Temperance, and Adjustment. Art is adjustment is Strength, right? I think so. I could be wrong. Oh, Vicky, balances the world. I love that. Ben, Justice, Queen of Pentacles, High Priestess, all the twos, Star, and Chariot. Love it. Claire C., Hanged Man. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Horse Van Dunn, all the twos. Chara, Justice, Death, or in Lightseer's Death Rebirth. Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Lynn, Colin, 4 of Wands. I'm also choosing Lovers. Chariot. I'm choosing Chariot. So we'll all choose different ones, and that's perfectly okay. Adjustment is justice. Duh. Sorry. Yeah, right. Totally makes sense. Right, because lust is strength, right? You can see my Crowley is not great. Chara, and thank you for being a member here, Chara. The wheel, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I'm choosing 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Okay, so those are mine. Get your pile, and again, your pile doesn't have to be the same as my pile. Out of curiosity, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. And, on another day, I might see it in different cards. It's like, this is an exercise. If you're looking for a particular energy in tarot and pulling out all the cards with that energy, in this case, balance, it's going to be different every day you do it. And it's going to be different for each person. Oh, 6 of Pentacles. That's a good one, Ben. Absolutely. Jenny, Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands. Clumsy Clairvoyance. Nice to see you, Clumsy Clairvoyance. Thanks for being a member here. 6 of Pentacles. Horse Van Dun, the Aces for beginnings. Sure. All right. And Jake agrees with Vicky. The world is the epitome of balance. And Lord knows we need more balance in the world, don't we? So now, my question to you next. And go ahead and tag it balance. When we talk about balance, and when we talk about balance in tarot, and there may be times when we're doing a reading and the cards come up and say, man, you need more balance. What does that mean? When we say that at the equinox, there is an energy of balance, we know why that is. And we say, so we have an opportunity to bring more balance into our lives. What does that mean? What does it actually mean? Does it mean that when I'm doing standing yoga, I won't fall over in tree pose? What does it mean to have more balance in life? Rosemary, Good Journeys Tarot, so happy to see you. It's different in different decks if you're looking through their imagery. Absolutely. So everyone's going to have a different subset, but this is your balance subset. And Sabrina loves the Hanged Man in Lightseer's Tarot for balance. Absolutely. So what does balance mean? When you say you need more balance in your life, what does it mean? And I think for me, sometimes it is that work-life balance that we're striving for. Sometimes it's about like being able to work hard, play hard. But I think sometimes for me, it's like a mood thing too, like keeping my mood balanced, keeping myself feeling like, for me, balanced sometimes means even, staying even. So what does balance need to you? If you say you need more balance or someone needs more balance, what do they need? Jake, balance the masculine and feminine in perfect harmony, all 4 elements aligned in a healthy way. Man, that's perfect. I love that. Chara, slow to anger, level-headed. Yes. Sue, moderation, everything in moderation, including moderation. So good. So I want you to think about what balance means to you and balance in your life. And I want you to take this subset of cards and, first of all, recognizing that just in choosing them, that is creating an energy. And to hold these cards to your heart and breathe them in and breathe in this energy of balance, bringing balance to your life. And take a moment to do that. Claire C, balance means body, mind, and soul. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Lisa, balance means being grounded. I love that. Sarah, balance. I personally feel the devil gives a message of balance. Yeah, it does. It is okay to have desires and indulgence, but also be grounded and responsible. I love that. Martha, body, mind, spirit, care, and nurture. I love that. Horse Van Dun, balance, not cray-cray. Yep. Linda Lee, nice to see you. The golden mean or moderation. Sure. Absolutely. So go ahead and breathe in all that energy of balance. And breathe in all that energy of balance. And this is a fun bit of tarot magic you can do. Whatever the energy is that is the energy of the day, as it is with the equinox, or an energy that you're looking for, pull out all the cards that to you represent that energy in that deck in that moment and breathe them in. And that is a way that you can embrace that energy and bring it into yourself. And once you've done that, now take that subset, your balance subset, and ask of all of these, where do I need balance, or what do I need to do to create more balance in my life right now? And pull one card. And if you'd like, go ahead and tell us what card you got and what it means to you. And I'll do mine. Two of Cups. I need to find the balance in spending time with people that I love versus doing the things that I need to do, and finding that balance, which is always a challenge. Because there's always more things to do, but you always want more time with the people you love. So finding how to balance that, which if you're going to have a problem, that's a good problem to have, right? So go ahead, let me know what card you pulled and what it means to you, and also what you think of this exercise, both, specifically for finding balance, but you could do it with any energy. You could do it with decision making or with empowerment or any other thing. Jake, I got the High Priestess. I need to learn to trust my intuition more. That's beautiful. I love that. Learning to follow my emotions and stop getting stuck in my head. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Very good. So go ahead and chat in and let us know what you got and what you think about it. Rita, nice to see you. I got Temperance. What does that mean to you today? How do you find balance? What more do you need to do? Cinnamon, Star. That's a good one. I like that card as balance. I need to rise up and find a balance between being seen and shining bright. You go. Very good. I love that. Linda Lee, Justice. The need to make hard decisions. And that will help you bring balance into your life, I am sure. Absolutely. Lisa, the Chariot. I need to act instead of dream. Tina, the Chariot, needing to move forward. Vicky, what about reversals for this? Your choice. You can use them or not as you see fit. Claire C. Ideal, hope, and reality. Which card was that? I'm going to guess maybe the Star, but I'm not sure. Ben got the Queen of Pentacles. Trusting my instincts when it comes to taking care of myself and my surroundings. You go. That's good. I like that. Sabrina, Two of Swords. Cutting back on things which are holding me back. Yeah. Yeah, that springtime pruning is so important. Justice. That was Justice. That totally makes sense, Claire. Yes, I love it. I love it. Chara, the Three of Pentacles. Trust and work with others more. Jenny, the World. Center myself in my life, not ignore my needs over others. Stay healthy and balanced. Beautiful. Lynn, Two of Swords. What do you think about that? That's interesting. Clumsy Clairvoyance, the Magician. Regain my own power as a magical conduit. You know it. You know it. Absolutely. Sarah, I pulled Art, which is Temperance. I need to integrate and harmonize the opposites inside me and equally value both light and dark within. Oh, that's so important. And what a great equinox message. That's so good. Kathy, Two of Cups. I need to recognize those relationships that do not serve me. Jake, I always read reversals. I decided not to for this, though. Yeah, I chose not to for this. But, dealer's choice, always. Always. Okay, so good exercise. And again, what you learn from that is the magic and exercise of doing this with any energy that you might work with, be it around a special day like today, or anything else in your life. Hey, Chrissy, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Strength, be patient with myself and keep going. Very good. Laura S., so nice to see you. Thank you for being a member. Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity between me and others. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's do another exercise. And We're going to be doing the candle exercise at the end, just if you're wondering when the candle would come in, it'll come in at the end. So for this exercise, I need you to pull 3 cards. The moon, the sun, and the high priestess. Go ahead and find those in your deck and bring them out. Rosemary, Good Journeys Tarot. I immediately regret adding quartz to my balance cards. There's a lesson there somewhere. I don't know what the lesson is, but there it is. Rita, temperance to me would mean finding the right balance between being positive and not being okay. You know, that is so important for you and for everyone. And Sarah said something similar, to embrace the light and the dark. We, in this spiritual world that we all exist in, we have an enemy, and that enemy is toxic positivity. And it is such a hard thing because positivity, the power of positive thinking, is real and is good. But toxic positivity is not. We have to be able to acknowledge when we're not okay and be okay with it. We have to be able to, as Sarah says, embrace the light and the dark and find the balance there, recognizing that thinking positively is good, but spiritual bypassing is not. And how do you find that balance? And can we, that's a really important balance. Can we scoop up this energy that is available to us at the time of equinox and welcome in that wisdom? Jake, funnily enough, the sun popped out of my deck while shuffling it this morning. All right, so we're looking for the moon, the sun, and the high priestess. Jake, I'm a Cancer, so typically I prefer negativity. Right, and I think we all have sort of that basic personality set where either we prefer the negative or the positive, right? All right. But we're kind of taught in the spiritual world that, no negative vibes, good vibes only, good vibes only. And I think that's really hurtful, there has to be a place to feel what you feel. Vicky, clumsy clairvoyance. Amen. That's why shadow work can be so beneficial. That's right. Oh, Good Journeys Tarot. Love how my moon, priestess, and sun come together in Lily White Tarot. That's so good. Cinnamon, how about rebalancing our vocabularies as taking good and bad out and maybe changing it to challenges and opportunities? Yes. Or just what you like and what you don't like. All right. All right. So you may be wondering why I invited the high priestess to this party. Well, first of all, she has a great card for balance, the light and the dark. She also archetypally represents Persephone. That's part of what the pomegranates are doing here, to represent Persephone. And what do we know about Persephone? That in that myth, Persephone is abducted and brought into the underworld. Her mother, Demeter, looks for her, cannot find her, and causes winter to come for the very first time. Goes to Zeus after finding out that Persephone had been abducted by Hades. Goes to Zeus to negotiate her return. Zeus says she can come back as long as she has not eaten. But alas, she has sucked 6 sweet seeds of the pomegranate, the food of the land of the dead, and therefore the bargain is struck that she will be the queen of the underworld, Kor, for 6 months every year, and she may ascend into our world for 6 months every year as Persephone. And when she does, the earth will be replenished. And today is the day that she ascends, the first day of spring. So that's what she is doing here. And Lisa says the problem with toxic positivity is it doesn't teach us how to deal with negativity. Right. And it makes us feel guilty for feeling how we feel. It's shaming, right? We feel shame for feeling what we feel. All right. So I think it's clear why the moon and the sun are here, right? We are equal, the moon and the sun. And Rosemary, Good Journeys Tarot, was saying she loves how these cards line up in her deck. And I want you to just, whatever deck you're working with, look at these three cards and see if you can put these three cards together in some way to take a personal meaning for you. What might these three cards say to you? If these cards are here to represent the day, and you know what? Since it is the beginning of Aries and the astrological new year, you could also arguably, and I'm going to do this, and you can do it too if you want. I hadn't thought about doing it, but you could, and it makes sense. You could arguably add which card? The Emperor. So if you want to, add a fourth card, the Emperor, and see what that does. You know, do you like that in there? Do you not like that in there? And so either 3 or 4 cards, whatever you like, can you put them together to tell a story or give a personal message to you? And I will tell you that mine is all about balance. You know, there's the balance here of the masculine and the feminine, the inner and the outer, leadership and intuition. And here again, outer and inner, you know, inner work versus outer work. What you show to the world, what you give to yourself. And as someone who's very sort of world facing a lot of the time, not just here on YouTube, but here in my office and running an international conference and all the things I do, my face is very out there. I also need time to do my inner work. So that's what I get from that. What do you get from that? What is your personal message from these cards of the equinox? How do you put them all together for a message? If you have such a message, go ahead and share it. And now, your next challenge is to take these 3 or 4 cards, whichever you decided to work with, and use them to create a tarot spread as such. What might the moon, what position might the moon give you? The moon might say, how do I better work with my dreams? Or how do I work with fear? Or how do I make my way when I'm not sure what's going on? Or you could put these 2 cards together and say, how do I better tap into my intuition? So however you want to do it, however many, it doesn't have to be 1 position per card. You know, these 2 could become 1 position, or this could be, what do I need to do to find balance in my life? But create a tarot spread. Using a special tarot spread for the equinox for you, using these cards as your prompts. How do I allow myself to shine better? Or how do I have more fun? How do I step up and lead my community better? Right. Horace Van Dun says, illusion. Where am I bullshitting myself? That would be a great question too. And how do I find truth, right? Where am I bullshitting myself? How do I find truth? How do I be a better leader? And how do I be a light for others? I mean, you know, however you want to do it, make a tarot spread, shuffle these cards back in or use a different deck and perform that tarot spread. Let us know how it goes. Now, here is people's, the equinox message or Ostara message, if you happen to use that term, of these 3 or 4 cards for people from Lisa. The misinterpretation, moon of the inner voice, high priestess, about structure, emperor, and positivity. Beautiful. Jake, how are you deceiving yourself, right? That's a much nicer way than how I said it. That's good. Sarah, by consciously moving through my fears, chariot, of integrative light and shadow aspects, myself, temperance, I open myself to improve spirituality, intuitive wisdom, HP. Okay. Claire C, very good. The sun as consciousness and the moon is subconscious. That's good. Going back to you, Sarah, I was confused because you used the Chariot and Temperance, but I still like it. I still like it. The assignment was to use just these 3 or 4 cards, but I like what you did there. It was good. It was good. Okay, so Claire, I see the sun as conscious and the moon as the subconscious. The high priestess as Persephone mediates between the 2 states and balances. Oh, very good. I love that. Sabrina, taking messages from my dreams and intuition to bring out my inner leader into the world for healing and regrowth. Moon, high priestess, emperor, sun. Love that. Okay, so question, Jake, the high priestess, where in your life are you not aligned with your feelings? Jake, the sun, where are you dimming your light to make way for others? Ooh, interesting, interesting. So go ahead, make that spread and do that spread. Unless, Sarah, were you doing that spread? I don't know, but one way or another, I like what you did. Jake, the emperor, where are you lacking stability in your life? Very good. Very good. And what about this practice of using tarot cards to make tarot positions, to make up spreads? It's a really interesting thing. You can do it this way by choosing cards cognitively based on whatever your theme is. Or you can pull cards at random and say, okay, this is going to be my spread, turn it into your spread, shuffle them back in and perform the spread. What do you think of that? That's a thing. Sort of a double divination, perhaps. So go ahead, perform your spread. Let us know how it goes. Okay, I'm doing mine right now. Okay, and here's Jean. Okay. The moon, unknown unraveling of my path. The sun, moving out of the world with strength. Moving out into the world with strength. And high priestess, inner voice. And Jean put the Hierophant in there for teaching. Very good. Clumsy clairvoyance, spread position. Sun represents the energy you want more of. The moon is the suppressed or subconscious energy. High priestess is guidance from your higher self or spirit. Cool. So I'm doing it real simple. The high priestess for me is how I can have more balance. The emperor for me is how I can be a better leader. The moon is where I need clarity. And the sun is how I can bring happiness to myself as other. Sarah, I was trying to figure out how the 3 cards I pulled work together. Gotcha. Oh, you pulled those cards. Ooh, that's powerful. That's really powerful. Nice. Very good. So much fun. All right. So, how can I have more balance? The moon. That's interesting. You know, when a card that helped to form the spread comes up in the spread, what do you do with that? I think my head just exploded. How can I be a better leader? 2 of Cups. With that, I think it's about partnering and empowering others. Getting volunteers for StarCon. How can I have more clarity? Excuse me, Death. Being willing to see things in a different way. How can I create more happiness for myself and others? By finding more balance. It comes back to balance for me. All right. So let us know how that goes for you. What is the spread you created? And what cards did you pull? And what do you think of this process? Hey, Summer, nice to see you. Glad you're here. And another exercise you could have done before shuffling these back in is just shuffling these cards, your 2 or 3 for the equinox, and pulling one of those for which energy guides you into this next turn of the wheel. That's another thing that one can do in this exercise, and the sun as it guides all of us. So let me know about your spread as you do it and what cards you get and how that works. Okay, Jake, for the moon, how are you deceiving yourself? You got the Chariot by not moving forward. Right. Right. And that's been a theme for you. You've talked about that before. So that makes a lot of sense. So in doing all of this, we are on one hand working with the energy of the equinox. On another hand, playing with some different tarot exercises and different ways we can use the cards. And so let me know how your spread goes and what you think about that. And then we will regroup for our final exercise, which will be a meditation where we will use our candles and work on planting seeds and bringing light. Okay, Jake, the High Priestess, where in your life are you not aligned with your feelings? Four of Swords reversed, not doing enough, being swept up in my dreams, but not acting. The other thing I would say about that too, Jake, is for me, with the Four of Swords reversed, there can be a sense of like not healing what needs to be healed. Just moving forward without doing the healing you need, without taking the time for the healing. Clumsy clairvoyance. This is good for spread creation ideas as well. Yeah, exactly. And spring's a good time to be creative, right? So once you have it, go ahead and chat in, and we'll hear from a few more people before we move on. And if you have finished that exercise, after you let us know what you got, if you choose to do that, you can go ahead and shuffle the cards back in. We won't do it today, but one of the things I like to work with around the equinox as well is seeds. And I like to think of the aces as seeds. You can think of them as eggs too, right? Seeds, eggs, what's sprouting, what's hatching. And I like to think of the aces that way. So sometimes I'll do work with the aces, embracing the aces as seeds within me. Ben, I really like this idea for creating spreads. Great. I'm glad. Me too. It's a lot of fun and it helps you see the cards in a different way. Jake, the Emperor, where are you lacking stability in your life? Six of Swords and Robin Woods. There's a spirit directing the boat, not listening to spirit. Makes sense. Makes sense. Absolutely. And if you were to do something with the four aces, embracing the energy of the four aces, that's like embracing the seeds of the four elements within you. Claire C., how can I integrate consciousness and subconsciousness? And I did that with a card placed on top of the High Priestess, very powerful. I got the Nine of Pentacles, spend more time in nature. I love that. Jake, I don't usually use spreads. I prefer to just free draw, but this was fun. Yeah, there's a place for all of it, I think. We all have the usual ways that we work with cards, but I think it's good to be able to experiment and play with the cards in different ways. There's always a time to do something different or to have fun in a different way. And I'm not being trivial when I talk about this being fun. I really believe the cards can be super, super deep and super fun at the same time. Lisa, son, what do I need to know about my energy? Eight of Cups, walking away from dwelling on the past. That's beautiful. Makes perfect sense. Beautiful. I love it. I wonder too with that, just as an added thought, Lisa, if you have had some issues with abandonment, feeling abandoned, someone who has left you at some point. Well, I mean, we've always, at some point in our life, we've all had that. But if you've been dealing with a feeling of abandonment, Jean, pulling all reversals, frustrating. You know what? You can just turn them all right side up if you like. If you like. And, what does it mean when you pull a lot of reversals? It could just mean, that we're waiting to start. And my question is, up there in Massachusetts, first day of spring, but what is the weather? And I think there can be that frustration. I remember that. Okay, it let me resume the current broadcast. Is it better? Let me know if it's better. It says it has updated the stream quality. I'm just chatting in.